Hi and welcome to episode 8 of Drama and Theatre Grade 9. The topic for today is by heart. And it's a very interesting expression actually, because what it means is that you have learned something and put it in your memory so you don't need a manuscript or any notes anymore. But by heart, it could be said like by brain, but it is actually said by heart. That means the whole body and the mind, and of course the memory and the brain is involved in this activity. Now a little about how we memorize things. I have showed you before how you memorize by looking in the manuscript, but directing the line to someone or something, instead of just reading from a piece of paper. We have different ways to memorize things. What I have been using through all these episodes is props and action. I have used my body to memorize exactly what I will say at a certain movement or when I take a certain prop, for instance. And as you know, prop means property. There is other ways to do this. Some of you might have a photographic memory, and that is not really to learn things by heart. There should be a decided date when you have to let go of the manuscript so that you really can act without thinking about holding a piece of paper or a manuscript in your hand. Because what that will lead to is that your left or right hand will be inactive when you are acting. That means you don't be able to use it as you have been trained. But if you leave the manuscript behind, all of a sudden you have the whole body to work with. So it's an important step in the rehearsing process. So we are still talking about the rehearsing process, but this step is important. You are leaving the manuscript behind. Even though when you are rehearsing, you can sometimes lose it's called blackout. You can lose what you have memorized. And now I will show you different techniques, and I will show you also how your acting can be improved and you will be more present on stage. So I will show 6 techniques today. The first is maybe the first step after letting go of the manuscript. What I have done here is I have placed the manuscript. It will represent the manuscript on the floor. You can place it on the wall if you like, but I prefer to do it like this. So you place it off stage. This is not on stage. And when the actor enters, he starts to address his sister here. It's a scene between the brother and sister, and he says, "Are you alone?" "Yes, Mommy's in the kitchen." And then all of a sudden, he don't remember what to say. He just leaves the frame. The sister still stands here as if he was there, but he leaves the frame and walks to the manuscript, and he finds the line, and he goes back in the frame. He continues to address his sister, and he says, "So where is your husband?" So this is a way I want to show you how you can go through the manuscript using your whole body, and you are not, when you are hesitating, you just approach the manuscript off stage, and everybody else keeps frozen, just waiting for the other person to enter back. That means you are leaving the character for a while, you are going to become a little bit private, you look, you go back, and you wait, you concentrate, you focus, and you say your line. This is one important technique. And of course, as you understand, this will also help your memory, because you have to say the line on the set. There is many different techniques we are using, like a souffleur, or we are saying text and someone else will give you the text. But I have found through my years, this is the far best technique to use the manuscript on the floor. So what we want to achieve is acting and presence of the character. There is many ways to do this. There is also many ways to make the character go deeper and deeper in layers. One very famous improvisation technique is called the relation improvisation. It is not the same as the situation improvisation that I have described in the previous episodes. It means that you put the character in, or the characters, in a new situation, maybe something they have been talking about in the story, but this situation is not in the story. It can be something important that contributes to the knowledge about the character. For instance, I have showed you the script of the Shakespeare play Macbeth. They are obviously doing a party. The story is simple. I will just tell you the beginning. The king is coming to Macbeth. Macbeth has decided to kill the king because he knows that he will maybe be the king in the future. So he has to get rid of the king. The king is visiting him and they have a party. This party is not in the play, but what if we make a relation improvisation, inviting all the characters that are there in Macbeth's castle, and we let them do an improvisation with the party, knowing about that some people want to kill the king and the king is just happy to see Macbeth. So what kind of experience will this give them? So this is to give flesh and bone to the characters. So when they are talking about the party, they know they have already been doing it. They remember by the mind and the body, by heart. Another technique we often use is what I call fast and slow. You are doing a run-through. A run-through means you are going through the whole story, and you do it extremely fast. So not only the lines has to be said in a very fast way, it's also the action has to be done in the fastest possible way. And then you do the opposite. You do it in the slowest possible way. Like as if everything was extremely serious and very, very important. By doing this and by reflecting about how it affected your character, the different tempo, you can learn how to create differences in your tempo, and you will see that some things can be faster than you thought, and something should be slow. I will show you another technique that I like myself to do. It's called the unexpected guest. And I will show this with the help of two persons from MIE that has been trained actually in the same scene that I was talking about between the sister and the brother. What you do here is you remind the actors that anything can happen. This is the reason why we sometimes we say the show must go on. Because during a performance, there can be so many things going on that you have to adjust to, just to make the show go on. The unexpected guest is a guest coming to the actors or the characters without them knowing anything about when and where or who. He just knocks on the door and there he is. And they have to relate, even if they are in the middle of a very sensitive scene. They have to react and interact with the new character entering. And this is what I want to show you right now.
Oh my God! Oh God!
I'm sorry. I hurt you.
Yes, that hurts. It hurts. I don't want to live.
Why did you not continue the trip?
I wanted to come back for the business.
Yeah, come in.
Sorry for disturbing. I have a little bit of a problem.
How can I help you?
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I'm delivering pizza in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
And there is an order that I have to deliver to one of the neighbors, and it seems to be no one is at home. So what do I do?
Which name is it?
It's
Which name?
Goodstein.
It's just next door.
Yeah, but I can't get any contact with them.
Don't you have a phone number?
No, I don't have the phone number. Sorry, because that is my boss has the phone number, so I don't know what to do. I think can I have maybe I leave it to you and you can.
Yeah, maybe you can.
You see if you want to take it.
Hmm?
You see Frederick if you want to take it.
Yeah, you can leave it here, and your boss can contact the neighbors, but you can enter check.
It's like okay, it's 260 rupees.
Well, your boss will have to deal with the neighbors so that the transaction is made.
I do have money if you want.
Okay, that's good. That is good. That is good. Very good. Thank you. Shall I leave it?
There is okay.
Thank you. And I have left it outside here.
Okay, I'll take it.
Can you arrange for it so there will not be any complaint?
There's no problem. It's all okay.
Yes. Thank you.
That's very kind of you. Yeah, thank you. See you. Thank you very much again.
It's a pleasure.
As you see, the actor has to adjust and to act according to the character's will and according to what is natural to them. This makes them also, as actors, stay on the toes and be ready. What can happen next? Maybe there will be some more surprises. The fifth technique, I call it the freeze. Not the freeze game, but it is freeze like the director can stop the action when you are doing a scene or a run-through at any time. That means the actors, they freeze, and a person from outside, normally a director, can start to address one of the characters with questions. And that character, of course, leaves the frame just to be able to move. But all the others, they stay there. So the question can be like, what do you see now? And then I see my sister. What is the feeling of your sister? What is she thinking about, do you think? She looks a bit happy, but I don't know why. Because, okay, what does that lead you? What do you think about that? How will you react on this observation that you have? Yeah, I will try to see if she's really okay. So then go back and use your text. Are you alone? And all of a sudden, the text will also have a deeper meaning. So this is a freeze exercise or freeze technique. The director or anyone who's sitting outside can at any time say freeze, especially when you see that they don't really get it. The characters are not there. They have to be more present. And of course, if the character answer, what do you see? I see this Sarah, my friend. Then the actor is not present because he is thinking about her as someone who is his friend and not his sister. So this is the freeze technique. Sooner or later you will come to a situation where you are close to the performance. And I'm often using this technique to make the actors relax and feel that they are in charge of the situation. And I call this the relaxed rehearsal. The best is to do it when you are already on set. So the performance will take place in maybe some days or maybe some hours after this. You just ask the actors to lie down, everyone in the group, and then start the play, using their imagination, seeing what is going on, saying the lines. Are you alone? Yes, Mom is in the kitchen. The important thing is not to be like a robot. It's to be there, to see what is going on, to give time. And at the same time, in the new room you are in, you will feel the acoustics. You will see how your voice is multiplying through the room. This is very, very helpful, and it should be done without any stress. And usually it goes perfectly well. So this is the 6 techniques I wanted to show you today. The next 2 episodes, they are the last ones, and they will be handling the performance and also how to analyze a performance. Thank you for today.